Hi there. Today I'm going to answer a question from one of our moms from Talkaroo Academy, whose child is 3 years old. He has many words. He makes short sentences like mom is sleeping or mom wake up or the car fell down. The child follows directions, repeats everything she asks him to say, but he does not answer yes or no questions like do you want water? Are you hungry? And he cannot do conversational speech. So basically, the problem with this particular child is they seem to have a hard time processing language as it's coming at them. In other words, they're able to, and if your child is similar, they're able to initiate a conversation with you, but then there is a block in conversation. When you respond, you're not getting anything back. So this is called difficulty processing language and difficulty responding correctly. So how do you facilitate that? Most important thing, don't repeat. Usually with these situations, moms tend to repeat the question a lot of times. So, do you want to drink? 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 So stop doing that because children they get used to knowing basically that you're going to repeat it. So there's no reason for them to respond right away because you're still going to repeat it 5 times. So say it only one time, okay? And then before you even ask the question, you got to get the child's attention. So if they're coloring at that moment and you go, do you want to drink? Yeah, you're going to feel like you need to repeat it again because they didn't even hear you. I mean, they heard you, but they didn't really truly process what you said. So before you ask any question, you got to be focused on getting them to look at you first. So call their name is number 1 step. Okay, they look at you. After they're looking at you, then you ask, do you want to drink? Okay, at that moment, if there's no response, this is when you model the gesture. So you go, yes, drink. If you feel in their eyes that they're really not processing what you're asking, just kind of blankly looking at you, then you got to get visuals into the picture. So go get that drink from the kitchen or have it handy at all times, just kind of out of their reach. Hold that drink out in their hand and hold an apple in the other hand and ask, do you want to drink, after you get their attention and they're looking at you. At that moment when they look at you, they see their drink, assuming they do want it, they're going to start to reach towards the drink, right? But don't give it to them yet. Say, do you want to drink? And model the nodding. And then say, yes, yes. So if you do that each and every time, you model the word, you model the gesture, the action, right, of nodding. They're linking that question usually has this answer. It becomes almost like a game in their head. Mom asks this, and this is what I do. So you don't want that to be a motoric answer, though, obviously, because you want them at times to say no. But this is how you would be teaching the yes, and you would be teaching a response to your questions. The second question that you ask, that you say is, are you hungry? You wrote in your question, are you hungry? And the child does not respond in any way. So since there is no response, I would hold out 2 food items. So for example, a cheese stick and a cracker or a cucumber, whatever it is that you're planning to give them. Are you hungry? And then if there's no response, first remember, you got to get them to look at you. So you call their name. As they're looking at you, you give them 2 items. Are you hungry? And then as they're reaching towards what you want, you go, yes, yes, look at me, yes, and repeat the question, are you hungry? Yes, then you can give it to them. Additionally, if the child does not know the name of the food item, you could hold it next to your mouth and name it at the same time. Are you hungry? Yes. You want cheese? Yes. Cheese. And then you give it to them. Okay? These would be the first steps before you can elicit a conversation. But to elicit a conversation, since that was your question as well, you got to give them the answers to the questions that you're asking. So it almost like you model a scenario, you model a dialogue before it actually happens. I'm giving you an example. Do you want to go outside, Matthew? No response. You getting ready to go, meanwhile, so you know he definitely wants to go. So you respond, yes, I want to go outside. And then you do it again. Do you want to go outside, Matthew? And then you model what he's supposed to be answering. Yes, I want to go outside. And you do it again and again and again. And you do it each time you're in the same context. So each day that you go out, you ask the same question, and then you respond with the same answer. Eventually, it's going to click, but they need to hear it. Lots of children kind of use their memory more so than thinking to start to communicate. So allow them to rely on their memory in the beginning if that's what they need. Okay. If this particular child does not have a social conversation and you feel that they are not processing what you're saying, you definitely need an evaluation by an expert. Wherever you live, why don't you schedule a private speech and language evaluation for your child, rule out any issues, auditory processing difficulties, just put a therapist's eye on it, in addition to working on it yourself. Okay? Hope this was helpful. Take care.